So we're ready to look through the family album?
We're ready to roll.
We're ready to roll? All right.
What's the date today?
August the 18th. Tomorrow's your birthday.
I'll be...
You'll be 32?
No, 40.
You are 32 tomorrow, right? Not 33. This morning I thought, oh, how old is it?
We're just going to look at some of the old pictures and just talk about who they are and stuff like that. So here's this first one here. Who's this one here?
That was my grandmother, my father's mother. Her name was Marie Bergeron, and my grandfather was also a Bergeron, but apparently they were not related. She died at 83 years and 8 months in 1947.
Oh, some of our numbers are coming up here. Now what about this picture down here?
Oh, that's my mother when she was 17 years old. I don't know who the others all are, but that's all part of her family. And her family name was Marcil, M-A-R-C-I-L. And I guess those are some of her sisters and brothers. But I never knew them. But that's her at the age of 17, I was told.
Okay, I think there's one here that I wanted to ask you about on this panel of pictures. Who's this guy here? Looks like one of your brothers.
Yeah, but it's my father when he was 24 years old. That's a good picture of him.
24?
Yeah.
How old was he when he got married?
That's what he was, 24, 25, yeah. Yeah, but my mother was only 17.
No, I think this is their wedding picture?
Yeah, that's their wedding picture. Apparently it was taken a month after the wedding, because in those days they didn't take the picture the day you got married, because the photographer was not in the village and they had to go to another village. So supposedly this was taken a month later. But they were married January the 19th, and you know how cold it is up north, so I can understand that they had to wait for an appropriate day to go and have that picture taken.
How old was she when she got married?
She was 17.
17.
Yeah, and if I remember well, he was 23 or 24.
Number 5.
Oh.
Well, there's this little girl here.
I was chasing the geese there, but someone missed the goose in the picture. But that's me when I was just a year old. I have very few pictures of myself because we didn't have a camera, so when Jeanette would come to visit, my older sister, she would take pictures, and so these are very special.
Is this here?
Yeah, that is Jeanette there with me.
How old are you?
On that one, I was 7 years old, with a dress that she bought me and flowers that my mother had planted. She always had lovely flowers in her garden amongst the vegetables.
Where was it taken?
At Judge, where I was born.
Where is
Judge in, well, it's near the village of Belle-Vallée and north to Miskamang in the province of Quebec. Notre-Dame-du-Nord is how I should really say it's in between the two. But it's just a post office by the name of Judge is what it's called.
And here, how old?
I was 14 years old then.
And you had glasses when you were 14?
I started wearing glasses when I was 12.
12 years old?
Yeah.
Who's this gang here?
Oh, those are cousins all a bunch of Bergerons who had come from 25 miles away with their horse and cutter. That's what they used to call it. Not a cutter, a stage, a little house with a little stove in it in the wintertime. That's how they used to travel. And they'd come and spend 4 days at home, and we had a ball.
A little house with a little stove in it?
Yeah, it was like a little house on sleighs and pulled by horses, and there was a little tiny round stove in there, and they'd put wood in it, and it'd be nice and warm, and sometimes get too hot. And they had a little window at the front, and they had holes underneath the window to put the the harness, through there, and that's how they would guide the horses. So it was very...
I could use one of those.
Yeah, and they'd have cushions on the benches so that you wouldn't get too tired, but it was not luxury, you know. It was easily exchanged for the car.
Alrighty, so we're looking for the 9th picture now.
9. 10. Oh, 9, sorry, back there. Actually, I've taken all of those out, you know.
Book is getting a little bit old.
Whoops, this would be where? Oh, 9 at the back, I guess.
This picture.
Oh, yes. Well, that's Jeanette, who became a nun of the Orders of the Grey Nuns here in Ottawa. And she joined when she was, about 32, 33, which was quite unusual in those days that they would accept someone that age.
That was young or old?
It was old, because most girls would go in when they were, 16, 17, because it was believed that once you got a taste of the world, you wouldn't want to become a nun. So, but they accepted her, and she remained with them till her death.
How old is she in that picture?
Oh, I really don't know. She may have been, that's when she did her final vows, and she probably was 35, 37, something like that. I'm not sure. I would have had to look up those records.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's...
Who's this group here?
Oh, that's Marie, myself, and Solange. I was 17, and I guess they were in their early 20s at Judge again.
Those are your two sisters?
Yeah,
Marie and
they were
Solange.
both working in Timmins, and they were visiting during their summer holidays. They used to come and visit us on the farm. And that was when that picture was taken.
And who's this gang here?
Oh, that's Joe and I. We went to Timmins to visit Marie, and she had their 2 first children there. That's Joanne and Susan.
Joe looks very young. He's younger than you, isn't he?
No, he's a year and a half older than me.
He looks like such a kid. Well, in those pictures.
He looks very young because, he's always had a very young face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, every year he tries to say that I'm older than he is. But it doesn't work.
No. Oh yeah, we're looking at, I was trying to find another family member, one of your brothers when he's young.
Oh yeah, that's Rolly at 1 year old.
No, he's younger.
He was the
older.
youngest of the whole family, of the 15 of us. And the older sisters and myself, well, not so much myself, but Marie and Solange, they were treat him like a doll. They were always combing his hair and making fancy curls like you see on that
like
picture.
A little girl.
Yeah.
Picture.
Oh yeah, his hair he had very fine features, and he was always, someone was always holding him, making sure he didn't cry, and he was the only one who was pampered, I think, of the 15 of us.
Let's do this one. Who are these two?
Oh, that's Cecile, who came for a visit and at Judge again, and that's her first child, Roland. Yeah.
Oh, Cecile.
Yeah. She was young in those days.
What year is that?
I really don't know. Oh, 1937. Jeanette wrote it there. Yes, I was only 6 years old when that was taken.
Here's one of you with
Yeah, a neighbor girl. Lived across the road. Frances McIntyre.
How
and
old
me.
are you?
I was 11.
11.
11.
This is you or that
Yeah, that one here is me.
one? The front one.
Yeah.
And that's another friend here?
No, that's Monique and I. We were 16.
A friend though, right?
Monique
I always thought she was a
Monique's
sister.
a cousin. Oh yeah,
A
well
cousin.
she's like a sister. She's one of those cousins that's like a sister.
Yeah, I always thought she was
Yeah, 'cause
my aunt.
we've known one another for a long, long time.
And who's this person here?
That's Solange, my sister, who now lives in Vancouver, and that was her in Montreal in 1950. She always looked very smart, well, she still does, but she always dressed very fashionably. And did you want to mention Solange?
Sure, who's that?
Well, that's Solange and I. That's when she worked in Valleyfield. I went to visit her there, and we were in a beautiful park, and we thought that was a nice setting for a picture.
Are these three here?
Oh,
It's like the same park.
yeah, no, that's
No?
another park. That was in front of our apartment when we lived on Greenfield Avenue in Montreal. And that was Solange, Colette, and me.
Look like you're having a good time.
Well, we were trying.